Woodward, we are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid.
I'm fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG, Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m., live on Woodward Sports, a show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm, because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
What up, dog? People, appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off your day with the Wake Up Woodward show. So, WUW Crew and chat family, as always, you all are the most important part of this thing. And it's a Friday show, so let's go ahead and just get those likes already ran up. Y'all already know how we do here in Detroit, in the great state of pure Michigan. It's your boy Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter, writer for the network. Flannel Sam, the vet of the squad, the vet of the network, all sports knower, Red Wings correspondent. I see you flexing the national, the Michigan, the Big Ten champions.
This is
football hoodie.
This is an old one. This is an old one. I gotta represent because
there are multiple rings people can kiss.
Absolutely, and the Wolverines are coming back home tonight. The Dusty Mays got his boys ready for a game against TCU, aka the revenge game. Certainly nothing can take away that sting. The national championship kind of did, but TCU, they're getting their comeuppance tonight. They are.
Let's rock. And we got a lot to talk about. Why don't you tell the people what we got on the docket, and then we'll go around the room.
Well, we're gonna start with some, I would say, bad or concerning news, but we'll get to that in a second. This is going to be a fun show.
I know we're going to get to it. I'll let you finish.
It's certainly a roller coaster. But we got a couple of really fun segments. We got the WUW Crew fantasy breakdown, which I know Chase is really looking forward to. KG, not so much, but it's okay. We're all gamers in here. We've all had to deal with some L's and some wins. We will do it again. He's also bringing us
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. My goodness, for a second,
No,
I drew a blank on what the segment was called. Prove me wrong. You know, we used to do those a lot. I'm really excited about that. We're going to break down the game a little bit. The Jacksonville Jaguars, even though they are terrible, they do have a unit that I think is strong, which could be an interesting matchup with the opposite unit with the Lions. And we're going to talk about the fact that the Lions are such heavy favorites and the Jaguars are so bad, but not only are the Jaguars bad, they're going to be missing some of their big horses. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I went to bed thinking that, all right, Michigan made this big NIL offer to Bryce Underwood, $10.5 million over 4 years. I wake up and I see an alert, and it's not confirmed. It's just off of what we've seen off of Instagram. But Bryce Underwood posted a story with him in his LSU jersey, which seems to indicate that he's, at least as of right now, planning on honoring his commitment, which is certainly disheartening. But flipping someone is always hard. It was always going to be a task. It's not over yet, but it seems to indicate right now that he's going to be staying at LSU and not coming to Michigan.
Yeah, definitely, man. When I first saw the reports, sent it off to socials, sent it off to everybody that I know who also loves Michigan, sent it off to the WUW Crew chat. And when I saw that other alert, it was just like, man, what does this all mean? And I don't know. I get it. You hold up the L for LSU, but as a Michigan fan, just being so up here when I first saw the initial report, like there's no way you're turning down $10.5 million. That L to me, it was almost like the Jordan crying meme, bro.
Yeah.
Like as a Michigan fan, I'm just like, get this one right. I get it. I've seen people say Michigan doesn't, and they shouldn't have to be that desperate. You know what? This is the best quarterback in your state, the best quarterback in the country. This is supposed to be a win for you. And if you had a mess up and a slip up, sometimes you got to pay a little bit more to make up for that. And that's where I was just like, you know what? If they're finally ready to step up in this generation of NIL football, college football, and make this type of a play for Bryce Underwood, I'm all for it.
And remember, to the detractors, this is proof as much proof as it can possibly get that as Michael Jackson and The Wiz says, you can't win if you're a Michigan fan, because before it was, oh, Michigan's never going to get into the modern age of college football, and they're never going to get into NIL, and now that they actually offer a Bryce Underwood $10.5 million, why has Michigan got to be so desperate? It's like, come on.
Like, come on. Like,
that drives me insane.
Pony up the money.
Yeah.
And it's almost like one of these, gotcha type things, and it's like, but
you can't win.
What you don't understand is this. If Michigan chooses to play in the NIL, good luck college football. That's where I'm at. If they do choose to say, you know what, we're going to start to flex every aspect of the money we have, the brand we have, the proximity to the national championship, no matter what happens this year, they have the horses to go in there and definitely turn college football over on this landscape.
Well, I'll say this. If you don't end up getting Bryce Underwood, if you're Michigan, which seems further and further unlikely, let's just if you're any member of the coaching staff, if you're just a part of the Michigan football program, how about you do something really, really nice for Jaden Davis? Because I understand now we're like, hey, Jaden, we still love you. We promise. Hopefully he doesn't get alienated and want to leave, which would be, man, that would be certainly a disaster. But we'll see. I'm glad that Michigan tried, because it's the number one recruit in the country. Not the number one quarterback, the number one effing recruit. They wanted to keep him home.
I might have undersold it just a little. I said number one, quarterback and number one player in the state of Michigan, but you're exactly right.
Yeah.
He's just the number one player, period. And so, no, there's not an aspect of desperation. If anything, you should have looked probably a little bit more desperate a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going through Bryce Underwood's head? This is a school in his backyard that was probably some aspect of destiny, and we didn't make one of those types of plays for him. It's just like, come on, this is what college football is. Yeah. You know what all of the other SEC teams are going to do to make a play for the number one player in college football. Sometimes you gotta come down a little bit off of whatever standard you're trying to be on, and just make a play for that type of a player. Now they find themselves in a position to where it's going to look like this. It's going to. What if he wants the number out there because he wants more? Who knows?
And that's why I'm not ready to declare anything dead or not. It's a soap opera at this point. Bryce Underwood.
I like watching it.
Me too. It's amazing how just being an elite recruit, and by an elite recruit, I'm underselling him. Whatever move you make, you can make like the entire sports landscape shift overnight. That's got to be great power to have. But if you don't get Bryce Underwood, Jaden Davis was the number 9th ranked quarterback recruit in last year's recruiting class. He hasn't played yet this season. Obviously, we know that if we're talking about the Michigan 2024 season, there's a lot of things that went wrong. Kirk Campbell sucks. Sharon Moore has not had a good year as a head coach. Wink Martindale has certainly had his issues, but really number one has to be the quarterback play. It's as bad as it can possibly be in the Power 5. You've got a walk-on, you've got a freak athlete who can't throw, who should probably switch positions, and you've got a 10th-year senior who ended up retiring because of concussions. Shout out to Jack Tuttle. Hope you live a great life, but he shouldn't start games for Michigan. He could never start anywhere. So the point is that if Michigan got a little bit desperate, saw Bryce Underwood, made a play, I don't necessarily blame them. I'm just glad they tried.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they tried as well. And I'm going to read a comment here. First one to be able to introduce everybody. Shout out to our brother Matthew Broder. Continue to crush Woodward and Maine. That dude, Justin, continue to crush everything that you do, not just for our show, but for the network. And we got Cavassier Chase in the building.
Hey, good morning. How's it going, everybody? Hope everyone in the chat's having a good day so far. It's Friday's show, so let's kick it off and have a good one, man.
Let's rock, man. Detroit's number one draft pick in the sound booth, that is KG. What up, though, Black Hollywood?
Hey, what up, though, man? To me, this is a win-win for Michigan. I mean, just being real, the fact that you went out there, you did everything you could, I can rest easy as a fan knowing that this was always going to be a tough pool, seeing that he already committed. But the fact that you went out there and you're starting to lean into this, and you may have some bumps in the road, seeing that you finally are really getting into it now, but I think this bodes well for the type of talent you can pull in the future as well. Now kids start looking at, oh, okay, they are a national champion and they're willing to pay. So, I think that gets the gears working in terms of getting more talent in here. But, hey, I'm chilling, man. It's Friday. We're going to have a fun show, and let's get to it, man.
No, that was definitely well said. I'm gonna definitely come back to you because I'm looking forward to you, especially Flannels, your take on what Phil had to say. I'm going to read it after we introduce Woodward Sports MVP. It's a Friday show, and I know he's in the TD booth. But, hey, in the titty booth today, JB Smooth.
Tough titty.
And I love that hat, dog. It harkens back to my childhood, my teenage years.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Michigan, hey, at least you tried. At least you went out there, throw some feelers out there.
Don't give us your state pity.
I'm just saying, at least you tried. At least you're coming into the new age of what college football is transforming into. But it's also sad that, college football is transforming into this basically a pay-for-play wherever you go now. But, hey, at least you're trying.
Hey, how about children honoring their commitments? How about that?
Oh, yeah. That's a big
You
one,
don't see that too often.
I did see somebody in the chat, I forget who said it, but they said, what if he took the $10 million and then transferred in a year or two later?
I mean, what that's just that's really doomsday. And you have to, you got to try to do what you can. And kind of to what KG said, I feel more confident because, for the record, Michigan has used the transfer portal effectively.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the 2023 team. Josh Wallace, Josiah Stewart, Ladarius Henderson, A.J. Barner, just to name a few on the national championship team. Ernest Hausman as well. They've used the transfer portal. And I wonder, I don't know what's going to happen with Jaden Davis. I think it'd be intriguing for him to start next year as a redshirt freshman. But what if you want to go out and get a portal quarterback? Maybe Michigan is going to go and pay more money for someone than they otherwise would have. They looked at this disaster of a season. I mean, I forgot what website it was, but there have been rumors, certainly with one Miller Moss, former USC quarterback who already is in the transfer portal. Imagine what Miller Moss would have been on this team. I think if Miller Moss was the quarterback of this team, Michigan would have 2 losses. And Miller Moss isn't even great. He's just a real quarterback.
But we've seen the play. Michigan hasn't needed a great quarterback in some of these losses that they've had. And that's what makes this year so weird, man.
Miller
coming
Moss
off of a
wins
national
the Indiana
championship. Yeah, and listen, Phil said this because I'm going to continue to harken back to this. You talk about how well they did in the transfer portal underneath Jim Harbaugh, but we're still waiting to see who is Sharon Moore going to be as a program builder.
Sure.
Phil says Wolverines need a great coach. Before recruits want to come to Michigan, the brand does not attract anymore. And whether it's attraction or not, the brand does. The brand offers things to the recruits. The brand offers things to players who come here, well beyond just football. But if we're talking about just the professional world, there as well. Those connections run deep. And then when you're talking about the aspect of the NIL world, well, Michigan has the ability in terms of making sure that your personal brand can be one of those ones that shines just as big as theirs. Think about all of the different players that we associate with the Michigan brand and just how big they are, those stars at the top. Now you're in the era of NIL. Now you're in the era of social media. Now you're in the era of digital. Michigan, realistically, would be one of the most perfect spots if you're trying to be one of those guys if you're at the top. And I'm hoping that they move into a position to where they start to flex those muscles a little bit because I feel like that's what LSU did to land Bryce Underwood in the first place.
Yeah, and even though one of the things that gave me some hope was Bryce Underwood visited during that absolute beatdown that Alabama gave them. And I'm like, I understand Michigan hasn't looked so good this year, and this season isn't very enticing. But LSU, I mean, they're not as bad, but they look terrible against Alabama. But to go back to what Phil said, because I think this is interesting, and this is another potential blessing in disguise. I hate to say it, but if you don't get Bryce Underwood and Michigan ends up cratering the rest of the season, you can fire Sharon. I don't think you can fire Sharon Moore if you would have brought Michigan Bryce Underwood. And I don't have much faith that I don't necessarily have the faith that Sharon Moore would be able to develop the talent. We shall see, but you can fire Sharon Moore now. I'm not saying that you definitely should. Let's see how this season plays out, but there certainly have been a lot of red flags that suggest that this job is a little bit too big for him at this stage. Did you see the clock management at the end of the Indiana game? Did you see them challenge another
management? Bro, did you see my man hurled over on the sidelines like these?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I want to give him, and we have to be fair and make sure that he gets that fair chance. Obviously, there's a quarterback waiting in the wings, but there are some things that's just like, man, from just a program builder perspective, and that does include game management as well, you just have some questions about him.
Of course, if they lose to Northwestern and then lose to Ohio State, he should be fired in disgrace. Not even not even nicely, just like actually shot out of a cannon.
I wouldn't fire him yet, personally. I do want to see him go to the next season.
You're fired.
I wouldn't do it yet. Like, I want to be fair. Like, I want to see him get. You're fired. I don't know where the line is. I want to be one of those guys that's like, hey, let him get his round of recruits in here. Let him get his guys. But I do know that he was also part of the last regime, and I just believe that this transition should have looked a lot better than it has already. Like, to not have the most important position on the field figured out, and you've watched these players for a few years now, that to me is a part that's just like, man, I don't want to be one of those guys just like, hey, you know what, just give him a pass, give him a break, when what we've already seen so far is like something to question. So I'm not going to fire him. If he does that, I understand why you would.
It's Northwestern. If they lose in the big house to Northwestern,
I was
right.
Would it surprise you at this point?
No, that's my problem.
I get it.
He's swaying me. Say something, KG.
No, I mean, I think no matter how it falls at this point, he's going to get another year regardless. And I think he does deserve the opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he deserves the opportunity to at least see this through with maybe a better personnel hire at the offensive coordinator position and maybe a quarterback. Now, if you can't get those done and this looks the same next year, then I'm through with him as a Michigan fan. But I at least need to see at least another year of what he can do. As far as transfer portal, building this thing up, and maybe his X's and O's get better too, man, because to Sam's point, he has not looked good this year.
Mind. Just go get the best coordinators you can get. I don't even need him to be able to do much other than make sure that as the head of this program, that you're making sure everything is running effectively and efficiently. You know what I mean? Hey, JB, if you can, let's get a poll up, man, because I want to see what people are feeling right now, because it is an interesting perspective here. I was expecting KG to be maybe more along the lines of, all right, let him get his 2, 3, 4 years in. Let him get his recruits.
Damn, you said that quick.
And we're a lot closer, I think, in what we believe. Like, I want to say.
Do you honestly think Michigan will keep him here if he has a year like this next year?
Not him.
Exactly. And I hate to be that guy and to bring up that point of it, but for him to be a brother, at being the head coach of Michigan, I don't think he's going to get too many chances. I'm just being real.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. But it doesn't help either that we had the abysmal era of Rich Rod, and bless his heart for as hard as he tried and as much Michigan manism as he tried to bring to the job, Brady Hope, those eras didn't really cut it. And in the beginning of Jim Harbaugh, when you sandwich that all together, that to me is going to be the biggest factor to me, and as to why Sharon Moore is going to be somebody that is scrutinized just a little bit more. Coming off a national championship, people are going to have PTSD over what this thing looked like before Jim Harbaugh.
And honestly, too, and this to me is the biggest point of it all. When we have whatever draft party that we're having for the 2025 draft, we are going to be seeing 4 Michigan Wolverines in the first round and probably at best a 7-6 record with a bowl win. If it's 5-7, tell us about second best Kool-Aid. and let's
trending that way, man.
And let's talk about some Lions, baby.
Man,
we keep doing you, Sharon. Don't listen to him, man.
Okay.
Hold a segment one day where we can just
Jonathan Smith's
stress-free,
not looking great either.
just kind of criticize Michigan State Spartans. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jonathan Smith. He's not Jonathan Saban or Nick Smith?
No, he's not.
I was told that second best bar is the best place to go for every single Detroit Lions home pregame
We're told correct.
party. And told correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Told correct. Hey, listen, you heard it here first. Woodward
Factual.
Sports Network. You can meet us down there every home game, including this one. 42 Watson Street, second best bar in the middle of downtown Detroit, right in the middle of the action. I know Chase is going to be down there, Cavassier Chase, getting it in with the fans, getting fan content and such, all that type of interaction. So get down there, get your face on socials, say what up to the crew, just chill out. Enjoy a little bit of smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports and Les Stanford want to reward you for outkicking your coverage. That's right. If your significant other is hotter than you, you could win tickets to the Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. Find the best pic of her with the average looking you and post it on X or Instagram with the hashtag Woodward Tickets. Tag at Woodward Sports and follow us to enter. We will announce a winner on November 25th. Outkick your coverage from Woodward Sports at Les Stanford Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick in Dearborn and Ferndale.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward, and we're jumping into previewing this, Week 11 matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And just to kind of put a bow in the Michigan stuff, you're exactly right. If this was any other era, that's what I was like, pre-Harbaugh, I would like give him his years to get his recruits in. But in this era where you could flip things in a heartbeat,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Maybe get us our Kirk Signetti.
Hey, you know what? We're going to have to go and probably have one of those. Instead of GM flannels, we might have to have a, AD flannel.
Yeah.
There we go. For Michigan football. I like that.
I think I'd be all right.
Let's try that one day.
A little better than Ward, probably.
Let's try that one day. Yeah, because we're saying what we want to have happen.
Yeah.
But let's put the plan out there, too.
Let's do it.
I like that one, man. But welcome back again, chat family. As always, you guys are the most important part of this thing, so go ahead and smash the like button. As we're getting into Lions coverage, let's just satisfy that like button. Let's treat it right. Gotta treat it right, man.
You know it's Friday,
hit
man.
That like button.
Hey, don't be going too crazy on the Friday, man. We still got the whole weekend to satisfy.
You know what? I see Chase, man. He's starting to smile a little bit.
Go ahead, Chase. Just talk to the people.
Oh, you go ahead, KJ. That's all you, man.
We tried, man. We tried. He changed GPT right now. He in that laptop.
Hey,
Chase is in his bag right now.
He's in his bag, man. Hey, but you know what, man? That's what we're sports for you, and that's the Lions for you. And this is a game where we talked about it yesterday for the Fox 2 segment. This is a game where everybody is expecting the Detroit Lions to feast. Everybody. And the area of strength, I guess. It feels so weird to say because it's like it's the Jaguars.
It's a strength.
All of their, it's okay, but it's a strength that's running up against Penei Sewell. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like it's almost like Looney Tunes type stuff for this game, and I do kind of expect similar that we saw in the Titans game to kind of play itself out here in this game. But we do have to talk about it, and I know that you're gonna probably convince me a little bit more that I should give this matchup a little bit more respect. But the Lions offensive tackles versus Jaguars edge rushers, Travon Walker, Josh Hines, Allen, who has that edge? And we got to be fair. Because last week, the offensive line, it did not necessarily look the best.
Yes, but it looks like Taylor Decker's coming back, which is huge. But for the record, Taylor Decker hasn't had his best season either, but it's still a lot better than what Dan Skipper can give you at the left tackle position, with all due respect to Dan Skipper. When you look at the Jaguars edge rushers, they do have a really good bookend duo with Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. And I want to play a little fun with numbers with Trayvon Walker stats, and you'll understand what I'm doing in a second. Trayvon Walker has had himself a really nice year. I know that he's been mocked by, oh my goodness, how did the Jaguars pass on Aiden Hutchinson to draft Trayvon Walker? And for the record, they should still be mocked. But Trayvon Walker is a really good player. He's turned into a more complete edge rusher, become better against the run, and is on pace to have the best season of his career. This season, 7.5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 10 quarterback hits, 35 QB pressures. His 7.5 sacks are tied for 5th in the NFL. And one of the guys he's tied with is still Aiden Hutchinson. That's my fun with numbers I'm talking about. Trayvon Walker has the same amount of sacks despite playing twice as many games. And Aiden Hutchinson has more quarterback hits, and Aiden Hutchinson has more pressures. So we're talking about Trayvon Walker having what I believe is his breakout season. And in twice the amount of games, he's putting up worse numbers than Aiden Hutchinson was in his 5 games. But he's still really, really good. No disrespect to Trayvon Walker. It's just further proof that Aiden is top 5 in the league as far as edge rushers go. And a guy who I believe is top 10 in terms of edge rushers is Josh Hines-Allen. He's not putting up the sack numbers that he did last year. Last season, he had 17.5. This year, he has 5. But in terms of being disruptive, in terms of getting to the quarterback, in terms of pressures and hits, Josh Hines-Allen is the man on the Jaguars. 43 pressures is excellent. It's one of the tops in the NFL. 12 quarterback hits, 5 sacks. He's the one who gets most of the attention. Trayvon Walker, his job is to win one-on-ones and get sacks, and he's done that this year. Josh Hines-Allen, he's really the man on that defensive line. I think, honestly, if you're looking at football porn in terms of a one-on-one, I would love to see some Penei Sewell versus Josh Hines-Allen matchups in terms of pass protection and rushing the quarterback, because those could be some really, really interesting matchups. Where I think the Lions could potentially be a little bit vulnerable is Taylor Decker. Glad to have him back. He's a definite upgrade over Dan Skipper, but Taylor Decker, just a couple of numbers, and this doesn't mean I think Taylor Decker sucks. I know you guys are going to twist my words, but I'll just give you some numbers. Taylor Decker this season...
Flannel hates Taylor Decker. No.
Of course. Yes. Taylor Decker this season has allowed 6 sacks, which is tied for the second most he's allowed in a season in his career, despite only playing 8 games. Taylor Decker was not good really at all in that 3-game stretch from Dallas to Tennessee. He was very, very leaky. And also this season, Taylor Decker has his lowest PFF grade since 2017. That was Jim Caldwell era. It's not a bad PFF grade. He hasn't had a bad season. It's just, if I'm looking at these matchups, I expect the Jaguars to get 1 off of Taylor Decker. It wouldn't surprise me at all, whether it's Josh Allen, whether it's Josh Hines-Allen, whether it's Trayvon Walker. It wouldn't surprise me at all. And let's just hope, if you're the Lions, that it's not a sack fumble, it's not like a blindside hit, and it's not something that hurts Jared Goff, because the Lions are going to win this game, no question about it. But you definitely don't want an edge rusher or a couple of edge rushers really hounding Jared Goff's life and making it hell, and maybe getting a couple of free shots at him where you risk injury.
Yeah, and you know what? When I look at this game, this is one where I'm looking at Ben Johnson in particular. I know that there were some fans who were wondering, did Houston Texans expose something with the Detroit Lions offensive line and how to attack them? And I do believe that if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's only right that you go and see what did they do so right in that first half, and whether you can disguise out the way that you're going to attack the offensive line or not, so that the Lions will see less of it on the way. That's where I do believe that if I could see this being one where the first couple of drives were like, yo, what's up with the offense? But after they kind of figure things out, you see them just punch away. And you'll start to see those edges, in my opinion, wear down as the game goes on. We already understand this offensive line has been known over the last few years underneath Dan Campbell to be one that wears out the opposing team's defensive line, no matter who the player is. I remember many matchups, and you all were telling me who we should be fearing, but this offensive line continued to make his name all the way to now. Last year, we started calling them the most elite unit on the team. But I get it. This year, there's been certain things that have left a little bit more to be desired. And that's where I'm looking at Ben Johnson to see what are you going to do to scheme? Because you're exactly right. Jared Goff has to do two things. Play clean. That's the only way you can muck this up is if he doesn't play clean or if he, knocks on wood, gets hurt. And that's where I'm wondering. We've seen other teams have to change up the way that their quarterback gets the ball away or the types of play calling to try and keep them cleaner. I'm wondering what Ben Johnson does in that regard, especially in the light of the Houston Texans game.
Of course. And there's, for the record, I think Jared Goff could not play clean and the Lions still win by double digits. But you'd like to see him individually have a bounce back game as well, and certainly not be under pressure. And Just a Fan brings this up because I bring up numbers and a lot of people just run and hide. Did you see Dave Phipp, the Lions special teams coach, talk about his encounters and opinions on PFF? You should watch and learn about the lies stats can tell. And all right, so let me respond to that because first off, a lot of the numbers that I brought up were sacks. It had nothing to do with a PFF. Taylor Decker has allowed more than you'd like. Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen have a pretty good amount themselves. And the reason I like to bring up numbers is we've seen this season that Taylor Decker, at least for a stretch, did not quite look like himself. Looked like he may have even lost a step or two, which I'm not saying he's washed. It's just he is an older player, and left tackle's a really hard position. When you watch Trayvon Walker, when you watch Josh Hines-Allen, certainly Josh Hines-Allen dating back to even last year or his whole career, you can see that these guys can play. You can see that Josh Hines-Allen is an absolute menace. You can see that Trayvon Walker is really kind of coming into his own, starting with last year and becoming more well-rounded this season. I think it's a more powerful thing to give evidence and not like you need your eye test and you need number evidence as well. The only reason I brought up PFF is because Taylor Decker having his lowest grade since 2017. That's something that kind of shocks you out of your seat. It's not just like, oh, it's PFF right. Grade is this year, you know?
And the numbers, they go to tell a little bit more detail about the story. I'm never going to take away anyone's experience, their own eye test. You know, we all utilize that to a certain degree, but the numbers can help you be able to better decipher and decode what might be going on and what to expect going forward, which is only smart to use as much data as you can. I'm not saying that you make that be your end-all, be-all, because obviously we saw the difference between Taylor Decker being there and Taylor Decker not being there. So, you know, clearly he's going to be our best option, but we've also seen that if we have to face some elite edge rushers, what type of day is that going to be for Taylor Decker?
He's allowed too many sacks this year. And for the record, he could really turn it around. And he is by no means having a bad year.
Right.
It's just when you see second most sacks he's allowed in a season in his entire career, despite only playing 8 games, that leads me to believe that not that it's going to cost him the game, not that it's not going to be a clear upgrade over Dan Skipper, but that don't be surprised if Josh Hines-Allen or Trayvon Walker get home for one, or maybe one each, or maybe one has 2. And it's not going to matter. It's just you hope that it's not a sack fumble. You hope that they don't hurt Jared Goff or anything like that. It's just there's not a lot to write home about when it comes to this Jacksonville Jaguars team. They're 2-8 for crying out loud. But it's also, you got to respect what the opponent does well. And the one way, and like I said, Jared Goff, I think, could throw 3 picks and they still win by double digits. And Jared Goff could get sacked 4 or 5 times and I still think they win by double digits. But if Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen goes off, that's the one thing that can really muck up the game, as you said. But who's the opposite tackle to Taylor Decker? You know how many sacks Penei Sewell has allowed this year? If you want me to get poly positive, big old goose egg. 0.0. So whoever, I think Penei Sewell will be able to neutralize whoever he's on. I said, I think him versus Josh Hines-Allen in a one-on-one, I think that's an intriguing matchup, but I still think Penei Sewell's going to get the better most of the time. And who knows if they'll even do those matchups.
That's what I'm saying, especially after last week. There was narratives of people in the first half talking about, oh, look at Penei Sewell, he's getting handled. And it's like, listen, guys, this line, it's not 100%. Penei Sewell is still doing work. And I just think that as fans of a team, again, trying to figure out how we should view this team through the lens of Super Bowl expectations, we have to be fans like that. And we have to zoom out and look. This team still did work. Obviously, the Texans are a really good team. And if you talk about anybody that's going to scheme up something, I believe that just as much as we look at the potential of like C.J. Stroud, their defense, and some of the weapons they have, their coaching staff is really freaking good. And I do believe that their run last year wasn't just because of how amazing C.J. Stroud looked, but because of the positions as well that coach put them in to succeed. And I saw a lot of that in the first half of that game. A whole lot of that, man. But this is one where it's so weird to break this down because it's one where it's just like, all right, we want to pay some attention to the different aspects of the game. But I'm glad you keep reminding the people as well. This is one where I expect the Lions to just win this one going away. But I do want to see them clean up some things. I do want to see Goff play clean, whether it affects the outcome of the game or not. You know, I do want to see this offensive line against this defensive line. So that's a unique test. They get to play up against a defensive line that's going to put a little bit of pressure on them in a game where, realistically, if they do make a mistake, it shouldn't cost them. So I want to see them sell out and really have a good game against this Jaguars defensive line.
Yes, and I forgot who it was in the chat because, obviously, Dan Skipper played last week and he had some struggles. It was Denver Blair. How many sacks did Houston get? How many sacks did Houston get on us? 0. And that's definitely a testament in some ways to, I mean, Penei Sewell didn't have his best day. Dan Skipper wasn't great, but Jared Goff, he got rid of the football. But also, it wasn't just about sacks in that game. That one fumble that was actually an interception, that was caused by pressure. That blitz by Jalen Petrie in which he jumped up and batted the ball down for an interception, that was kind of a big play made off of pressure. And how many times did Jared Goff just have to turf the ball, which is smart by him because he had no one to throw to and the defense was closing in on him. And this week, I know there's some question about it, but Josh Hines, Trayvon Walker is definitely going to play. Josh Hines-Allen is questionable. It's an interesting bookend because it's funny how you could look at a Jacksonville Jaguars team that is so bad, but you look at their edge rushers and you're like, It's still the NFL, man. There's good players everywhere.
That's why I say it presents this unique opportunity for the offensive line to go on there and treat this almost as it is. This is going to be as real of a real-life simulation as you can get. Because I do expect the Lions to go out there and punish the Jaguars regardless of what type of day the offensive line has. I believe that their floor is still going to be really good. And you're right. We zoom in and we look at these players and we look at the individual plays. But that's what I'm saying. Like, as fans of teams, like Super Bowl expectant fans, when I zoom out, it's like, oh, man, they didn't give up any sacks. But the trends are alarming because when you're in the playoffs and when you're playing against some of those better teams and you're looking to secure a first-round bye, that's where those things are going to really start to rear its ugly head. It's similar to the conversation with the Pistons. With Ron Holland, you hit those free throws, you win that game, you got to. But it should not cover up what can cost you long term. Yes. And that's where I'm hoping in this game they go in there and they show some good trends, because last week the bad trend that they put on paper, it could have cost them. It almost did.
But it didn't, and I love to see it. And I don't think anything's going to cost the Lions this week. And there is a big reason why. Have you seen the injury report for the Jaguars? We're going to talk about that when we come back. But first,
you talking about this paragraph here?
Tell us about New Holland. Tell us about New Holland.
Oh, I got you. The weekend is finally here, so head to your local store and grab yourself a case of this intergalactic haze of goodness. I'm talking about New Holland's Tangerine Space Machine, that new easy drinking IPA that is out of this world. It's smooth, it's juicy, with refreshing crushability. Right now, take your taste buds to the moon. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is the official beer of outer space. Word. They know about this on the moon. It is on tap. Brewed by New Holland Brewing Company, straight out of Holland, Michigan. Go and grab yourself a case today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party. Every Lions home game live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Enjoy the pregame hype with a live broadcast every week with Woodward sports personalities like Neil Rule, Sean Baligian, and the Heavyweights. brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee and Les Stanford Automotive. Great drinks like Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Long Drink, great environment, and even better food. It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party, live from Second Best Bar, Detroit, brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Les Stanford Automotive. Come get some.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential, where during the break, I'm fighting off the allegations levied against me, for which there are many. There are 50 Metro Detroit locations.
You're a changed man now.
I am a changed man.
You are guilty. The glove fits.
OJ was innocent. Anywho, that's what the court said. Anywho, Planet Fitness.
R.I.P. OJ.
Where your fitness is essential, because if you are trying to get in shape for the holiday season or just trying to get in shape in general and you're on a budget, you got to go to Planet Fitness. Memberships start at just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card, which is a little bit more pricey, but still in comparative to other gyms with rock walls, it still is very affordable, and you get all of the amenities, especially, which is my favorite one, the ability to go to any Planet Fitness you want, no matter where you are traveling. So if you're traveling for the holidays, that is not an excuse. Go have yourself some turkey and some fixins, and then go on over to
Turkey and some fixins,
and then go on over to Planet Fitness. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
I want all the fucking fixins.
You know,
almost broke my neck trying to look back.
A couple weeks ago, they told me, don't look beyond the Packers to the Houston Texans. I'm like, I'm not trying to. They had just played. Why is our chat right now like, oh, man? And this is weird. This is a weird way to look ahead. Everyone talking about the Eagles.
Yeah.
This is like, for real.
I mean,
are y'all really scared of the Eagles?
You're right, man.
I'll tell you what. Saquon Barkley, man.
He's good.
I think this
Put
season.
Put him in a suitcase.
They might.
Yeah.
Get him out of
Comeback
here.
player of the year right there.
He is, I think, with the season that he had this year, he's an automatic, no doubt, Hall of Famer. I think he already was trending that way, but this season, what if he finishes with like 1,800 yards?
I can see it.
He very much could. But
and I like Saquon Barkley.
They better hope nothing happens to him, because if not, they going down. They going down hard.
Oh yeah, and he has had some injuries before.
Yeah.
But the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They've had some injuries.
Yes.
Sheesh.
No, a lot.
I will say this. If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars and you want any chance of coming into Ford Field and pulling off the upset on a trap game, you need your horses. And there are some really important ones for the Jaguars, which definitely will not play. Starting with Trevor Lawrence. Say what you want about Trevor Lawrence. They need him if they want any chance. They still wouldn't have a chance anyway. But did you see how Mac Jones looked against the Minnesota Vikings? He was terrible. If Trevor Lawrence plays last week against the Vikings, they win. Mac Jones is awful. He's putrid. But it's not just him. Christian Kirk is out. And Christian Kirk, although his numbers have taken a bit of a dip this year, the year before and the year before that, he was an 1,000-yard receiver in 2022 and on pace for it in 2023, but only played 12 games. And also, out of all of the guys that are questionable, because the questionable list is long, one of them did not practice on Thursday, which is a pretty good indicator that he won't play, and that is Tank Bigsby, who's become their best running back this year. Over 500 yards on 5.5 yards per carry. He's looking like he won't play. And of course, when it comes to other questionables, you got Brian Thomas Jr., who's leading the team in receiving yards. You've got their guards, who are their strength of their offensive line. Josh Hines-Allen is questionable himself. Tyson Campbell, their best corner, is questionable. Probably the guy that you would have on JMO. And Gabe Davis, who's their wide receiver 2 coming into this game, is questionable. All the guys I mentioned, besides for Tank Bigsby, when it comes to their questionables, had a light practice. So some of them might play. But the point is that if you're the Jaguars and you want to win this game, you got to have your guys. And you're missing some of your important ones, including your starting quarterback. I think this could get ugly. I think this could be like Tennessee Titans game territory. I really do. And I'm not trying to sound cocky. It's just
It's a fact.
the Jags are they're bad when they're healthy.
Yeah.
What does it tell you when they're not?
And listen, I see Denver Blair too. He said everyone said Mixon was scary. Joe Mixon was scary of the Texans. He didn't get over 50 yards. Imagine what we do to. He's saying Saquon Barkley, but even in this game, you're talking about the running back not being potentially in this game.
Yeah.
Even if he was in the game, it was already going to be a nightmare for them. And
Probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like just to think about this game, I'm trying to sit here and not feel like it's going to be 70-9. But I look at the game and I'm like, man, the Lions have a lot that they can get going for themselves. But I do believe that this is going to be one where it's a lot of, and I'm hoping it is, a lot of run. Get maybe even a guy like Sione Vaki in there at the backup running back. I'm hoping it's one of those types of days because I don't want people getting hurt. I do want the Lions to be able to go in there and handle their business as well. But if you can find a way to keep this team as fresh as possible going down the stretch against a team like the Jaguars, I would actually be more in favor of that for this Detroit Lions team.
With this game, I could legitimately see this could be another game where Hendon Hooker gets some snaps. I think that's likely. You could see some, like you said, Sione Vaki in the game. I wouldn't hate that at all. Some other backups, although at certain positions their depth is being tested because of the injuries that the Lions themselves have suffered. But just, I talked about the two that definitely won't play. The one in Tank Bigsby that is doubtful. Imagine if some of the guys who had light practice, like a Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't play, or one of their two guards that's questionable doesn't play, or God help them if Josh Hines Allen doesn't play. I hate to just like flat out disrespect an opponent.
Fuck that, Flannel. Go in, bro. I told you, man. We ain't got to respect the opponent when we so good, bro. Fuck that.
We ain't scared of no team.
Of course, and I'm trying to point out how you should really not be scared of Jacksonville. It's just when it's almost a little uncomfortable when I'm like the 14-point spread. I feel like that's easy money, and this is the NFL.
Yeah,
it's the NFL.
Two-hand HUD said Tim Patrick passing touchdown.
I see the path. I see the path.
Like no shit. Like seriously. Like no shit. Even Tim Patrick could throw a touchdown. This could be a game where Ben Johnson just openly trolls. And I get it, the Jacksonville, they don't need to be trolled, but if you just want to have some fun, why not? Why not Jahmyr Gibbs throw a touchdown pass?
Listen, let me get the chat involved. Randall Smalls, do we put up 60? I'm sure we're gonna get there in our final score predictions, man.
No, but 40 is damn near guaranteed in my book.
We can start the floor there, right?
Yeah.
We can start the floor there. Hey, Crazy Clown says, I agree, Flannel. I don't think they should be taken lightly, but I think this could be a game where banged up players could get a rest, hopefully. And he put the laughing emoji.
Yeah.
Michael Donnie, I agree. Let's just run the ball in short passes so our guys can get down when needed. And I don't think we should try to score a bunch of points. That's when we get hurt, fellas. Yeah, because I'm thinking about people like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm hoping that this is a week that Sam Laporta, it definitely gets one of those. Just, hey, he's just resting this week, man.
He's probably not going to play.
That's where I'm hoping that it is. And I know the doctor, Dr. Jeff Pierce, in his latest breakdown, he suggested that too, that he's going to be fine. The type of joint and all, he's going to be fine. But rest is what's most needed for that. And so this is a game where you're right, man. It's just a few things. It's like, hey, just get out of this game healthy. Get some of your backups some reps, because I do want to see guys on that defensive line get some reps. I want to see what they can do with a guy like Ennis Rakestraw in a game like this to get some reps. That's what I'm looking at, because I do believe, like we saw last year, if you're not prepared, think about what we were saying when we got some injuries to the offensive line late in the season. We were like, yo, we don't got guys that got reps on the team. And that's where I'm like, okay, in a long season, we're going to continue to knock on wood and hope that from here our injury situation is much better than the beginning of the season. But I do want to see some of these other players get some reps, because who knew? When you read down that list of guys who got sacks and quarterback hits, KG, who knew that some of those guys were even going to get playing time?
No, that's a fact.
Shut up, Pat O'Connor.
In a big game. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, you know what? If this can be one of those, I would love to see it.
I mean, I'm not saying that the Lions are going to do that, but why not activate Giovanni Manu for this game?
Why not?
I'm just saying.
Get him some run.
Get Christian Mahogany out there, too. I mean, obviously, after the Lions build their lead, I'm not saying start them or anything, but this is a game where, I mean, to me, especially given all of the Jaguars injuries, as long as Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen don't wreak absolute havoc, which I think that they won't. Yeah. This to me is kind of like, I don't know, Michigan, Arkansas State.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't even bring that game up because that game didn't even feel like a win. I was there.
Well, hopefully it doesn't
It'll
play
be better
out like
than
that game. I mean, a win is a win, but
It'll
I
be
understand
better
what you're
than
saying.
that.
But in terms of mismatch,
I know this ain't great analysis, but just flat out, if the Lions played to their strengths, there's no reason why they shouldn't win this game and win it convincingly.
Yes.
So I'm looking in the chat. There is absolutely nobody scared. And not just that, and I get that. There's nobody worried or concerned. Like, I just want to know, like, what do you guys believe that the spread is going to be at the very least? Like, chat family, let me know, because nobody has a concern.
Well, KG, didn't you look at it yesterday? Wasn't it, what, 13 or 14?
It's 14 points.
14 points? Like, I'm comfortable with taking that. Let's be honest.
Hey, shout out to Taylor Mathis, too. She confirmed smashed over on the Lions.
Hey, she was on the network
via
E&E. Definitely go back if you didn't watch that. She was on. Ermanni and Edwards yesterday, and I know that some of the other clips and such went out that feature her as well on socials and on YouTube.
Pete's
Shout
trying.
out to Taylor Mathis.
Yeah, no, Pete.
I can't blame him. Man.
No, you gotta let Pete cook, bro.
Man. Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, man. He wasn't the only one shooting yesterday.
Shooter Pete.
I know I was. Bang, bang.
My man Pete. I love you, Pete.
Cheesing, bro.
I love Pete, man.
I don't blame him, but
I'm 24. Denver Blair 24. Denver, 24 point spread. Let me see. I'll give them 13. Terrell Lamar. Tuan Hutch. Isn't it 14 points? Who cares?
I'll take it.
Let me see here. Hey, super juggernaut. 34-3 Lions.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You got Mac Jones at quarterback.
Jones, dude.
Yeah.
Like say what you want about.
I was waiting for y'all to like laugh, like I think the fat on his face was like
nah, bro.
Say what you want about Trevor Lawrence, but he is 3 times the QB that Mac Jones is.
That's a fact.
Mac Jones is worse than Will Levis at this point. He had a time, and it looked like it was going to be promising in New England, and that didn't work out. But he sucks right now.
I'm just looking at some of these scores, man. 48-6.
Yeah, this week is justified.
From 3-on-3 Thug Boss and Randall Small. She is smoking hot. Oh, and I guess that's what Taylor Mathis.
Yeah.
Dirty Dr. D. I don't blame him. Big musket.
Oh yeah, I did say that kind of under the radar.
Yeah, man.
Michael Danye, and I like this one. I just want to say that we are all living witnesses to the Detroit Lions takeover.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very true.
You are now tuned in.
Hey, and I know we got a lot more on the docket today. I love when KG prepares these segments,
dude.
man.
Hey, looking forward to it,
We got a
man.
Prove Me Wrong segment on the way with KG.
But you know what? You never have to be proved wrong to. You should be proved right to watch Woodward and Maine and the pre-game show. Hey, Detroit, on game day, wake up with Woodward and Maine, your source for all the insider information on the defending NFC North champions, your Detroit Lions. With insight from Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matt Broder. Get ready, Detroit, for every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. Woodward and Maine, brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Local Long Drink, Sabbath Coffee, and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. And then, of course, you got to watch the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show. It's the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show. Every game day, Neil Rule and Sean Beligian bring you the best Lions pregame show. Sunday, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. Live at Second Best Bar in Detroit. The latest injury reports, fantasy sit and starts, and an inside scoop on your Detroit Lions. Join us for every Sunday home games. Live at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Your official guide to Lions game day.
Oh, bourbon! Oh,
oh man, I forgot. Hosted by these two very trustworthy guys right there. That was
that's Sean Beligian.
Those were Saquon Barkley fantasy owners in the fourth quarter last night. Oh yeah, that is for sure. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Local Long Drink, Sabbath Coffee, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, and Les Stanford Chevrolet.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. You're an ugly guy. That's okay, because you have a hot girl on your arm. Now Woodward Sports and Les Stanford want to reward you for outkicking your coverage.
I am ugly as by traditional standards.
That's right. If your significant other's hotter than you can win tickets to the Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. So find the best pic of her with the average-looking you and post it on X or Instagram.
U-G-L-I-N, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. What? You ugly.
Make sure you tag at Woodward Sports and follow us to enter. We'll announce the winner November 25th. Then you and your much better-looking lady will get tickets to watch Dan Campbell and the Kneecappers.
We're gonna buy the kneecap off.
Inside of Ford Field on Thanksgiving. So find the best pic of her and the worst pic of you. And show us all how you outkicked your coverage.
Your mama said you ugly, hey!
From Woodward Sports and Les Stanford. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights. Live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. With 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
Hey, and we are back. Thank you guys for choosing to kick off your day with Wake Up Woodward. And I'm hoping, chat family, that you got ours. Let's run up those likes, man. This is the last show before Detroit Lions game, and we got a lot more content on the way. This segment, Prove Me Wrong. Next segment, the WUW Crew Fantasy update. And then we got to give you guys our final score predictions, as well as an interesting bet that you guys might want to consider for the Lions game. But we're gonna save it. We're gonna save it for that segment. So it's gonna be a fun time as we get through the second hour of the show. But I gotta throw this one over to KG in the sound booth. That's Detroit's #1 draft pick. Let's take it away, Black.
Hey, what up, though, man? We ain't did one of these in a couple months, man, so I'm excited for this. The name of the game is Prove Me Wrong, so this is a game tender for me to win, y'all. And for everybody that isn't familiar, I'm going to come up here and make a series of bold statements, predictions, maybe even outlandish claims, and I won't provide any explanation for either one of them. It is the WUW Crew's job to prove me wrong. Now, if they agree with everything that I say or they cannot argue the point, I get the round automatically. If they do disagree, they have to present their case to the chat, and then the chat poll will decide whether I win the round or whether the WUW Crew wins the round. There are 7 rounds in total. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to go?
Let's rock.
Yeah. All right, let me get some music going. Round 1. Cade Cunningham is guaranteed going to be an all-star this season. Prove me wrong.
You said Cade Cunningham will be an all-star this
guaranteed.
season? Oh, crap.
He always stacks the deck to make it unfair to argue.
See, I gotta be honest. I'm not worried about winning. I can't argue something that I don't believe. It's just not what I do. So I agree. I concede it. Yeah.
Does anybody in here disagree?
I can't disagree. I can't.
I happily take this L.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chase, you the last one. You gonna argue with me?
I think we all think he's gonna be an all-star
for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you, Kool-Aid.
Well,
Flannel and Kool-Aid think that Cade Cunningham's
You already know how it'll be. Boop, boop.
That's what I was saying right away. Like, he always just stacks the deck to make it where it's like to know, like, even if you like prove him wrong, like you're the loser in the situation.
That's the game.
That's all right.
That's the name of the game,
I respect it.
Hey, but that's the thing. You can take a couple bullets in this game, but I know he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
He set that up, and it's about to get tighter than that. That's the thing. It's not gonna get easier.
Where's Michael Jackson from The Wiz? Because like we can't win. We're the kids, man. We can't win.
Hey, well, with that, Y'all are conceding the round to your boy. So your boy is up 1-0. You got to treat this like a 7-game series. I'm up in game 1 right now. We head to round 2. Zadarius Smith will be the best player on the Lions defense by season's end. Prove me wrong.
Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph.
So wait. Are you trying to argue with me, Chase?
Absolutely, I'll argue with you.
JB, you heard the man. Get the poll. Start it up right now. And chat, you will decide who wins this round after.
We need this point.
After the WUW Crew presents their
need
case.
This one.
I mean, Zadarius Smith hasn't even played a snap yet for the Lions, and we have guys in Kirby Joseph.
Look into the camera, tell the chat.
Yeah, we have guys in Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch that we come up here and talk about as potential defensive player of the year candidates that have only been won 4 times at their position. We're going to talk about Zadarius Smith possibly being more impactful than the dudes that have been on this team through 10 weeks of the season, yet alone Aleem McNeil on the defensive line as well. So, I mean, Zadarius Smith's a great player, but to say he's going to be the single-handedly most important and biggest impact player on this defense is crazy disrespectful to who we have on this team right now.
I will further that. You can argue that Brian Branch is the best defensive back in the NFL right now. Not safety, defensive back. Second in the NFL in passes defended, tied for second in interceptions with 4, is just all over the field, an absolute missile. Did you see him knock down a couple of really big passes in that Houston Texans game? He's great in coverage as well. His passer rating allowed when targeted is under 40. Brian Branch is going to be in top 5 for Defensive Player of the Year. Zadarius Smith, I think, is going to have 5 or so sacks, which is going to be extremely valuable, but it's going to be Brian Branch.
And I expect Zadarius Smith to be a player that's going to come here and contribute based on what Brad Holmes saw. But I also believe that what we're going to see out of Zadarius Smith is going to be because of these names that you guys heard. I think we're going to see something a little bit different because you got a guy like Brian Branch that's proven now. You talking about no Aiden Hutchinson here on the squad, and this team goes undefeated. I have to definitely tip my cap to one of those guys.
All right, keep in mind I said will be the best player on the Lions defense by season's end. That includes the regular season and postseason.
Mr. Brian Branch, at the very least.
All right, everybody has made their case, correct?
Yes.
All right, JP, you can close the poll now and announce the winner of round 2.
Well,
wasn't close.
Poll is closed, and KG, I hate to tell you, but WUW Crew has won this one. I'm sorry, 83-16. That was kind of a landslide victory.
So what player today are they picking though too?
Branch, mostly
Branch.
Mostly Branch. Yeah.
All right, well, series tied 1-1. I'm not mad at that,
All
but
right.
you know it's only gonna get tougher from here. So
let's go.
Round 3. And prove me wrong. The Red Wings will fire Derek Lalonde before the end of the season. Prove me wrong. It's for my puck North.
You said Derek Lalonde will be fired by the end of the season?
Before the end of the season. Prove me wrong. I see Flannel working over there.
All right, all right. I think.
All right, JB, start the poll. We got argument.
Here's what I think. I think that their offense being this bad is unsustainable. They've got too much talent. And as I said yesterday, the third line with Tarasenko, Kasper, and Jonathan Berggren, they're playing well. They're just not converting on all of their attempts. And of course, you know, Lucas Raymond, he's in a bit of a goal embargo, but his assists are the highest they've ever been. I expect guys like DeBrincat and Dylan Larkin to end up being about point per game guys. Patrick Kane had a recent goal as well. I think their offense, the Red Wings, will ultimately propel them into the playoffs. And I don't think they're going to have that stretch where they lose like 3 or 4 in a row and they fire Lalonde mid-season. So I do think Derek Lalonde makes it past this year at least.
Chase, you the other puck Nora in the room. You got anything to rebuttal to that?
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule right now. I think if we can continue this road streak and go at least 2-2, come back and continue that momentum against the Islanders and maybe sneak one against Boston. I think we'll get the ship righted a little bit, and we'll have a little bit more momentum rolling, and we'll just kind of keep cruising. We've seen the shots on net improve.
Yeah.
We just need to see them play like that through 60 minutes. So, hopefully by the time they come back from out west, they'll put the pieces together.
And I know the goaltending has been better, but the main thing is here, if they tailspin,
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Well, I don't think they will. And a lot of it is heart over head. I understand it. But this team is just too talented to tailspin like that.
We have a lot better goalies, too, that are going to help.
Absolutely,
It's going to make
yeah.
it harder for us to tailspin.
Yeah, I expect the talent to kind of balance out. Right now, they're effectively treading wild card water. And as the talent, especially the top-end talent, your Larkins, your Raymonds and such, as those guys get situated, which I know that they will, and others, I expect this team to save Lalonde's job, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, if deliberation is over, JB, you can close the poll and announce the winner of round 3.
This one was a lot closer than
I figured
round
it would
2. But Wu takes this one again, 57-42 kg. So up 2-1.
All right. I'm not mad at that, but I'm pretty sure this next one.
Come on, y'all.
I don't know.
No late game letdowns, all right?
I feel like this next one might divide y'all a little bit, man. But we gonna see. Round 4. The Pistons have a Tobias Harris and Jalen Duren problem. Prove me wrong.
What? No.
The Pistons have a Tobias Harris and Jalen Duren problem. Prove me wrong.
No.
And I already know Kool-Aid gonna argue it.
Well, no, I will argue it.
All
I
right,
don't
all right.
believe
Start
they
the
have
poll.
a problem.
Start the poll.
They don't have a problem. I did write an article, to be fair, and those were the 2 positions that I wanted to see the Pistons make an upgrade at. But Jalen Duren, I do want to be fair to what he's doing right now. You go back and you look at Andre Drummond's stats, and he's on par with where Andre Drummond was. The double-doubles. You're talking about better free throw percentage. You're talking about a better arc as it relates to the IQ on the basketball court as well. Drummond was a smart player, but Duren's ability to pass the ball is one of the areas of strength for him. And I do believe that JB Bickerstaff, now having an opportunity with a great development staff around him, will be able to now uncover what Jalen Duren is. And Tobias Harris is paid $25 million. 2 years.
They don't look like it.
He was brought here. He was brought here realistically to be a stabilizing force. It was something that we called out early. If he was brought here to be the number 2, or even the bona fide number 3, then I would agree a little bit more with you. But understanding why he's here and the fact that he's not a part of necessarily the long-term scope at $25 million is the reason why the Pistons do not have a Tobias Harris or Jalen Duren problem. In fact, I believe that if Tobias Harris wasn't here, I don't believe we're sitting here right now looking at the Pistons as a team. Currently in the playoffs, they're still in playoff positioning 16% of the season through.
But is it fair to say Tobias Harris may have cost us at least 2 to 3 games so
If
far?
I don't believe that they'd be in the playoffs without him, then no, I can't. I think that through the scope of the season, you're going to have these types of ups and downs. The same thing we talked about with the Tigers. But at the end of the day, we saw where they actually landed. And I do believe we're going to see a little bit more out of that with the Tigers. Not to the same level out of the Pistons. Not to the same level of success out of them. But right now, we're talking about a team that is currently in playoff positioning. And Jalen Duren was a big reason why. After some early criticism, the game before the Nets game and on, Jalen Duren was a big reason why the Pistons had won those 3 out of 4 games. So they don't have a Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris.
Shout out to Terrell Lamar in the chat. One thing about basketball, we can peep things early. So anybody else got any more rebuttals? No. I already know Flan will agree with me, but it's cool. I saw the look on his face. But JB, you can go ahead and close that poll and announce the winner of round 4.
Well, KG, you're not doing so great on
Oh,
this.
let's go,
Once
South
again,
Family.
Round 4, a winner goes to Kool-Aid and the WUW Crew. KG, you got 38% of the votes. WUW got 61.
They believe.
Well done, Kool-Aid. Well done.
But the thing is this. Put something out there on socials a couple times, and we actually put it out there on our main. People are believing in the Pistons more than the Wings right now.
I think
It's insane.
I think what lost that for KG was adding Tobias Harris into that, because the way like Kool-Aid frames what Tobias Harris' role is really, I think, frames it like he's not a problem. If you would have just maybe argued just Jalen Duren,
You might
have been a little bit closer in the polls, but that's on you for phrasing the question.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Well done, Kool-Aid.
3-1, but best believe I am not out of this thing yet. And with this next question, with this next one, I feel
Stoke
like I
not
might
scared.
have an out here. Round 5, the Tigers will not sign Tarek Skubal before opening day 2025. Prove me wrong. Oh, you can't do it. I know you can't. Who believes in Chris Ilitch here?
We were sitting up here racking up these points, and I kept looking over at the booth, and Cage was just like,
my head wasn't moving like that. Don't do me like that, man.
I said,
You said that?
I said.
You said that?
like I got y'all.
Oh my God.
I can't say anything right now.
I already know the chat agrees.
All right.
Who? This is pretty much
I got one.
Oh, we got Art Chase. I mean, JB, start the poll.
Right.
Chase wants to argue with me. Go ahead, man.
The Lions fans are gonna buy a ton of Fords this winter.
Oh, stop.
All right, and Sheila
What that got to do with the
Sheila
images?
Sheila Ford Hamp is gonna be so inspired by the Lions fans that she's gonna cross the street over to Comerica Park. She's gonna walk into Chris Ilitch's office. She's gonna lay down a check with maybe like one of those Eco Ford Lightnings for Chris, and she's gonna buy the team and then sign Tarek Skubal.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a horrible argument.
I don't hate you for trying. I don't hate you for trying.
You're right.
At least you tried, Chase.
And I don't.
Oh man!
Damn, I was trying not to.
Because we're on it now.
Yeah, come on.
Because he's put us out there now. We have to find.
You gotta argue it now. Your man's got you out here.
He's gonna have a contract before this coming season.
Before opening day 2025.
Oh man.
We gotta find it. We gotta find a way that maybe someone else is owning the team. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, and if we buy a bunch of Fords, if we all go buy a bunch of Fords, maybe Sheila.
That's all we gotta do, you know.
Yeah.
Buy a bunch of Fords, get a bunch of hot and readies. Hot and readies are going up by $1 now.
Everybody, it's a surge on Domino's. It's a surge on Hungry Howie's. It's a surge on Jets.
Let me look at what the chat family is saying right now as we're trying to. Just a fan. Just 3 laughing emojis. No, the one with the face on the side, too. So he's really laughing.
A lot of people saying I paid Chase to throw the game.
Yeah, Chuck Brewer, Props to Chase GPT for trying us from Hoof Hearted. Oh, my gosh, man. I feel you, Kool-Aid. Respect, love the fact that you keep it. Oh, keep it real. Hey, we trying, man. We trying, brother. Goodness gracious. I have nothing I can say.
Yeah. Pretty much by agreeing with this or disagreeing with this, you have belief in Chris Ilitch and his ability to spend money.
Our chat family is not biased, dog.
Hey, man.
I know they love Chase, but there was like, there's no argument here.
Well, if there are no other deliberations, JP, you can go ahead and close that poll and announce the winner of round 5, because I just want to hear it, bro.
Well, this was just.
I just need to hear it.
This was just unfair. Obviously, KG, you won this round, 61 to 38. Like, let's be real.
That was closer than it should have been, KG.
though.
Yeah.
Brando's asking what makes us think he won't spend the money.
Come on, dog.
Come
on, dog. Rando, I rock with you. Come on, dog.
Scuba's camp, allegedly or rumored, is that the initial offer was almost disrespectful.
Yeah, I was about to say
that's kind of the connotation that was put out.
Point to a time Chris Ilitch has spent money besides Javi Baez. You can't.
Well, Rando's in a Chris spot for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't know how, but hey, it is 100%. What it is, man.
Damn it, Chase, we missed an opportunity right there. You could have said someone would trade the Javi
Y'all could have just gave me the
contract.
round. It was no point in Chase even doing that. He could have saved his breath. Y'all could have gave me the round.
Someone could have taken Javi Baez's contract and we got that money back.
Hey, it is what it is,
Chase
man.
was speaking for all of our dreams, though. That was all of us, even you, KG.
I mean, we could,
a little bit.
Is there like a pet cemetery around here? We could go put like Mike Ilitch in. Like we're grasping at straws here.
Yeah. Hey, if it's one thing Ilitch ain't gonna do is sell. I promise you that he is not gonna sell. But
man.
Your boy's still in it. 3-2.
How many questions do you have left?
Oh, it's 7 rounds total. So and it's a 3-2 lead for y'all right now. But
let's take a quick break and come back then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's rock. Hey, I'm gonna go to Lady Jane's, and so should you. You can walk in any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy $20 haircut special, scalp massage, a hot lather, neck shave.
I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah, that was getting close.
Hot lather.
And a hot towel treatment. Hot towel treatment. Right.
Right. Button to tighten up, man.
It's this segment, man. It's the stress. Hey, stay tapped in. We got another segment of Prove Me Wrong. We need you, chat family. We need you. But
Y'all
look,
not winning.
You can tap in. You got to scan this QR code wherever it is on the screen. When you do, you're going to get that $20 coupon today that you can use today. Just walk in any Lady Jane's haircut from open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. It's wicked awesome.
You're an ugly guy. That's okay, because you have a hot girl on your arm. Now Woodward Sports and Les Stanford want to reward you for outkicking your coverage.
I am ugly as by traditional standards.
That's right. If your significant other's hotter than you could win tickets to the Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. So find the best pic of her with the average-looking you and post it on X or Instagram.
You B-L-I-N, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. What? You ugly.
Make sure you tag @Woodward Sports and follow us to enter. We'll announce the winner November 25th. Then you and your much better-looking lady will get tickets to watch Dan Campbell and the Kneecappers.
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
Inside a Ford Field on Thanksgiving. So find the best pic of her and the worst pic of you. And show us all how you outkicked your coverage.
Your mama said you ugly, hey!
From Woodward Sports and Les Stanford.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Fuel your Detroit sports fandom and your Woodward sports fandom with a perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com and make sure that you're using code Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind. Support local and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. And we are back. It is Wake Up Woodward and KG.
I'm hanging in there,
You're
man.
hanging in there, man. There's a couple more questions left.
Yep.
We are up by 1 point.
Yep, 3-2.
And the way you're looking at me, you're looking like you already got the win in the bag.
Hey, I'm confident in this next question.
All right. You know, it has proved me wrong. Chat family, go ahead and smash that like button. Let's run up the likes. If you haven't got an opportunity to, we're back with Wake Up Woodward and prove me wrong.
Yes, sir. And I failed to mention that the views and opinions expressed in this game did not necessarily reflect our actual views and opinions. We just having fun, man. We just having fun. But with that, I am confident these next two questions are going to get me the win because I'm going to play on the Lions Slappies hearts. Round 6. The Lions have the best secondary in the NFL right now today. Prove me wrong.
I just said they were elite last week on film.
So you agree with me?
We got the point on the second question because we told you were wrong about Zadarius Smith because our secondary was so good.
Hey, this is a different question, bro. It sounds like Chase trying to argue. It sounds like Chase trying to argue with me right now. Flannel working the phones or working the laptop over there trying to get numbers. I know you trying to get numbers over there.
All right. I can't off the top of my head think of
JB,
one.
start the poll. You trying to argue?
I can't think of one off of the top of my head that is definitively better. So I'm already not starting out great. I think that when you have Terrion Arnold is clearly the weak link. I think Terrion Arnold's the weak link, and if you're looking for another one, it's Amik Robertson as the nickel. Terrion Arnold I kind of feel like some of us at this network overrate him a little bit. He's been okay. He's had flashes, but it's been definitely up and down, as it is for a lot of rookies. And Amik Robertson, the same. He's been fine. If you want to talk about Carlton Davis, Kirby Joseph, and Brian Branch being if you added another great corner to that, it would be no doubt whatsoever. That top three is elite, and that safety duo was certainly the best. But I think Terrion Arnold is clearly the weak link, and Amik Robertson is just okay. Can't give you one that I know definitively is better, but that's my argument, and I'm sticking to it.
Damn, that's all y'all got, man? Anybody else?
Shane Daniel asked, did KG write all the questions so the game was rigged from the start?
That's kind of the point of the game. The point of the game is to prove me wrong. And Sean Daniel, you probably new to the game because I just seen you in the chat recently. So
yeah, look, can anybody in the chat help us? Is there anything that you think can get us this point? Anything?
All right.
It feels dirty.
Fully healthy. The Packers with Evan Williams, Jair Alexander, and Xavier McKinney.
Look at Chase.
Fully healthy.
Shout out to Ashton Trainer in the chat too.
I see you the point.
I see you, boy. I see you, boy.
We should just give KG the point.
You should just give me the point. But he already started, so the chat got to decide now. Sam might have F'd y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, it's not like you didn't get the point if we didn't argue. It's like,
I mean, that's the name of the game, man.
Yeah, shout out Ashton too. He said, "I love waking up to watch you guys keep going." And I'm talking about these guys supported us from the start.
Yeah,
big facts. But I mean, nobody else, man. Y'all gonna let Flannel? Y'all gonna let Flannel do this to y'all?
I believe that he makes a compelling case as it relates to the Packers secondary when healthy. Since you didn't box or frame it into
I said right now today, the Lions have the best secondary in the NFL. Right now today.
That's a tough one. I'm happy to.
We tried.
We
threw the ball. The ball just went out of bounds.
I will say this: after the game Carlton Davis had against the Texans, that's what really put it over the top.
Yeah, we tried. If it was all healthy, you can make a case for the Packers because they got the number 3 safety in the league. They got some tough corners.
So do y'all want to go to the polls or are you conceding around?
Let's go to I argued.
All right.
I know I'm not going to win.
All right. Well, JB, if there's no more deliberation, close the poll and announce the winner of round 6.
Bro. This margin is ugly.
Yeah, this margin is not looking good. So now we're headed to Game 7 as KG has won that round 68-31.
Nasty margin, bro.
Hey,
Game 7.
Y'all see me over here. All right, man.
Tie game. This is for all the marbles, huh?
Yes, sir. And I told you these last 2 questions would get me to win because I'm playing on the Lions slap these hearts. I got to pull on y'all one more time, man. I'm going to bring the music down for this one. Round 7, the final round to determine the winner. The Lions will not lose another game this season and will finish 16-1. Prove me wrong.
I mean, I'll start. I think that.
All right, JB, start the poll.
I think that there's 2 chances for sure, and maybe even like a wild card on 3. I think the Buffalo Bills could potentially give them trouble. As I've said, Josh Allen, he's one of the most talented. I think he's the second best quarterback in football, and he'll be the best quarterback that the Lions will have faced. I think the secondary is going to be challenged. I think even a pass rush with Za'Darius Smith is going to be challenged, and I think the Buffalo Bills defense will be able to do something with the Lions offense. If this game was in Buffalo, I would pick the Bills, but it is at home. That could be tough. What about the San Francisco 49ers? I understand that Jordan Mason.
In their house.
Yeah, in their house. Jordan Mason filled in admirably, but the engine of this offense is Christian McCaffrey. When healthy, he's arguably the best offensive player in the NFL. He's back. Ricky Pearsall is looking like a pretty good pick. Coming off of getting shot. Shout out to Ricky Pearsall. Glad for your recovery. Debo's there. George Kittle is there. The Lions did have trouble in the NFC Championship with Brock Purdy, even his scrambling. I'm not saying the Lions can't. There's allegations against the Lions that they have to.
It sounds like to me you saying the Lions can't beat the 49ers.
I'm making an argument, and honestly, if you want a wild card, Soldier Field. I think the elements will actually hurt Caleb Williams more than they will Jared Goff. But
we're a dome team again.
I see what you guys.
We're a dome team again, according to Flannel. That's all I'll say.
I can't win, but
you can't win this game. Like from the beginning, Sam, you said it all show. Like, this is the Wiz. Like,
I told y'all, man, this game is geared for me to win, but y'all still got a chance, right? I mean,
I like the way the polls are going right now. It's a pretty good margin. Sam has made a really, really good case because we don't want to be too just cocky about our team, too prideful. Pride comes
and
for
also
the fall,
like 15-2 is wonderful. Like 14-3 is 1 seed.
And my take is this. Oh goodness gracious!
I feel like the Detroit YMCA playing Michigan right now. Like,
but if they got #1 seed locked up before they play the Vikings, is that a game where the Detroit Lions rest some starters to get themselves a couple bye weeks?
So you don't believe in Hendon Hooker?
Huh? Oh, I'm not JB Smooth, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm not JB Smooth.
Yeah, so the Lions can't win if Hendon Hooker is starting the last game of the year. Is that what you saying?
KG rule.
Don't you put that on Hendon Hooker. Man. Don't you put that on him.
This is what I'm hearing, bro. I'm just saying.
I was told.
You know what? Who started on the depth chart for quarterback?
Do we have
anybody?
I don't think we do.
Is it
Jack Fox?
is it Fromm?
I'm trying to frame this the right way.
David Montgomery.
Right, yeah, probably.
But no, I can see it being a situation where they lose at least one. Either due to just at the end of the season, things are locked up and just maybe you drop a good game or you drop a good one to a good team.
Yeah. All I'm saying is just because they might rest the starters the last game or two of the season don't mean they can't win the game. That's all I'm saying.
I think they can still win it.
Don't sound like it. You arguing.
I'm fumbling through it. I'm just trying to get a point. This is for point.
All right, man.
It feels dirty.
Does any Chase? We ain't heard from you.
KG makes me dirty.
Do you have anything to save your team right now? Because I feel like I might have this point, but go ahead. Do you have anything to offer to the chat?
Bro,
to save your team?
I heard a long time ago, if you can't win, don't play. So
He's taking his ball and going.
Jake Fromm is the quarterback, is the third string. So Hendon Hooker starts,
you
and
better
he
not
has
sleep
a
on
great
Jake Fromm.
first 3 quarters. And then they put, because I do believe that Hendon Hooker can win. Thank you, chat family, for giving me that. Now I can push back a little bit on KG. And then Jake Fromm's going to come in and
Jake
throw
Fromm had a good preseason.
5 interceptions. And then we're going to lose the game by 1 point.
Jake Fromm had a damn good preseason.
Hey, I got faith in Jake Fromm. I still got faith in Hendon Hooker regardless. It doesn't matter. I used to watch this dude, Jake Fromm, back in college and back in high school as well, too. The man's got a confident arm. I'm confident that if we sit our starters late in the season and you put in either Hooker or Jake Fromm, like, you'll still somehow, some way come out with the win. But I do agree that there will be at least one loss coming back.
We're talking about Jake Fromm as like confident he can win us a week 17 game. Like that's where we're at.
I said he's throwing 5 interceptions.
That's where we're at now, Lions fans. And just every day it's another one of those. Oh my goodness, we're the big dogs now. We're talking about Jake Fromm in week 17, and they could still win.
Man, we gotta stop talking about Jake Fromm. We lost a couple points.
All right, well, if there is no more deliberation, JB, you can close the poll and announce the winner of the final round 7. I'll get a drum roll.
The winner of Prove Me Wrong, round 7, 67-32, the WUW Crew.
Let's go!
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Y'all don't believe? That's crazy. Y'all don't believe.
I gotta go home and take a shower now. It was so dirty.
Come on, dog.
The things he makes me do.
That is crazy, man. I can't believe y'all, bro. I thought we was better than that. But I gotta give it up to my guys, man. They proved me wrong. Shout out to the WUW Crew, man. Y'all got this one. Y'all get your little shitty round of applause.
No,
it's
great
fine, bro.
Job.
That's
KG,
crazy,
dog.
bro.
Great job, man.
I'm 0-3. That's crazy.
And you know what, though? No, you're 3-0. Each segment has been fire, bro.
Hey, I appreciate
every single time.
Yes.
I appreciate you,
Every
man.
single time. Good. And it's been fun, too.
Yeah.
This is a Friday show. Hey, we get a little bit more, I can't use that terminology, just fun. I'll just say fun. We'll leave it there. But we got the fantasy segment on the way, too.
We do.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. But Mark White?
Mark White.
Is it Mark White?
I think the
No,
president
Caesars.
just walked in.
Oh, Caesars.
Caesars. I got to tell you guys about Caesars Sportsbook so you can win some money this weekend. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, and all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. And if it doesn't hit, then we'll throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. It's Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code. Use code word Woodward1000, and you know what? Make some money this weekend.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party. Every Lions home game live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Enjoy the pregame hype with a live broadcast every week with Woodward Sports personalities like Neil Rule, Sean Belegian, and the Heavyweights. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee and Les Stanford Automotive. Great drinks like Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Long Drink, great environment, and even better food. It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Les Stanford Automotive. Come get some.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White & Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
What up, though, people? It is Wake Up Woodward. It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter writer for the network. We got Flannel Sam, the vet of the squad, the vet of the network, all sports knower, everything, stat guy, PFF lover, Red Wings correspondent, and just overall, just one of the good dudes. Shout out to Matt Broder, our brother, that dude Justin. We got Cavassier Chase. Today, they were saying that you were more Chase GPT today.
Important for sure, you know. Like,
I like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth, KG. What up, though, Black?
Hey, still mad about this last game, man. That is crazy. Losing, going down to the last round, but it was fun, man. I love doing these. Shout out to the chat for the engagement, and yeah, man, we gonna cook up another one of these real soon.
You can make up for this segment though and talk about your win you got last week, right?
Is
that what happened?
Here we go over here.
What was Sports MVP in the TD booth? It's TD booth on a Friday. JB Smooth, what up, dog?
Hey,
MVP.
Nothing much. It's a Friday, heading into this weekend. Shout out to Hendon Hooker and Jake Fromm. Like, you still our guys. We still rock with you, no matter what.
And Phil says he agrees with Sam. Detroit sports teams suck. The only good team is Kansas City.
That was your
KG, take it away, brother. We got the WUW Crew Fantasy League update.
Yes, we do. And week 11 just kicked off, and your boy is off to a strong start, by the way. But
we don't need to say
we
all
need
that.
we need to recap week 10 in the WUW Crew Fantasy League. JB, you can go ahead and throw those matchups up there, and I will quickly try to run through these. And let's just get the elephant out of the room. All right, Chase won, bro. Okay, let's move on to the next game. No, I'm talking, but hey, Chase beat me without a kicker in his lineup. Don't know how the hell that happened. Me representing Choco Cheese in the chat. Chase representing Chin Virus in the chat. He beats me 149 to 134. And like I said, he beat me without a starting kicker in his lineup. But Chase also had Brock Purdy go off 49 points. And, I mean, for me, Zay Flowers, 7 points. Saquon, 8 points. Devontae Adams, 9 points. There's no way I was going to win when my skill positions is just letting me down like this. But it is what it is. Shout out to Chase. Chase, do you have any words?
I thought I sucked, man. You're always dunking on me.
I mean, you technically do. You what, 3-7?
It feels very good. You're always dunking on me. Sometimes I'm not always here to defend myself.
That's true.
So just relishing the win,
All I would say to you is you can't hate from outside of the club. You can't even get in. Your boy is still top of the league right now. What are we talking about? Number 1, man. But it's cool. We'll move on to the next game. Broder representing James in the chat, took on Kool-Aid, man. And Kool-Aid, he on a little bit of a resurgence, man. He beats Broder 180 to 154. The story of this game was just Joe Cool, man. Joe Burrow, 67 fantasy
I'm gonna need
points
him this week against Chase.
Hey, man, he's putting up mad fantasy numbers lately. He outdueled Josh Allen by 32 points, man. So you also had B. John Robinson chip in with 29, and Travis Kelce put up 20 points for you as well. And good game by you, Kool-Aid. You have any words?
Hey, you know what? Let's just keep the train rolling. I know that Chase, you're gonna put up a good effort this week.
Christian McCaffrey just came back. Haven't had him all season.
Yeah, but you know what? Joe Cool, man. I think we'll get more Joe Cool.
Yeah.
I'm expecting at least another 50-point week.
Yeah, and that final playoff spot in our standings is up for grabs. So we got about 3 teams in the mix right now. Let's go on to our next matchup. We have Justin representing that guy 62 in the chat, going against JB representing Ed O'Neill. And Justin comes out with the victory. Maybe he was right. Maybe his injuries was just holding him back. 172 to 163. It was a close one, man. But JB Lamar Jackson just continues to have a outstanding fantasy year. 58 points from him. You got 22 points from Chase Brown. But the problem was all your other skill positions literally
just
finished
let me down.
They all finished with single digits, man. And I'm talking CeeDee Lamb, Jordan Addison, Xavier Legette, Cade Otton, and Ladd McConkey all finished in single digits. And for Justin, Jamar Chase outscored everybody I just named. Jamar Chase as a wide receiver put up 55 points, man. So that was his main cog in his machine. But Puka Nacua and Mark Andrews also chipped in with 18 points. JB, any words?
Lamar Jackson is the only MVP on my team. I'm sorry.
No, he might be the fantasy MVP. He is putting up mad numbers this year. And to our final matchup, Dante151 representing Allen W in the chat versus Flannel Sam representing Patrick Ofiara. And Flannel Sam is having a strong year, y'all. 7-3. He gets the win here, 156 to 121. Can't say I didn't see this coming, but hey, Sam, Patrick Mahomes, 34 points. Calvin Ridley, 25 points. And the Bills defense with 22 points. And I mean, Dante151. I mean, the few times you started Jared Goff this year have not been good for you. But even with 5 interceptions, JG still managed to put up 26 points. His skill positions let him down, man. Brian Thomas, 3 points. DJ Moore, 5 points. We already know how that Bears train is rolling right now. And it appears Dante151 has dropped Trey McBride in frustration. I don't understand why you would do that. He's like the 4th or 5th ranked tight end in all of fantasy. But he put up 11 points for you, but you dropped him this week, and now Justin has him. So, yeah, good job. Good job, Dante151. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for not winning and for
thank you for not winning.
And here's where I can kind of stand on an island by myself. I am the last of the Quentin Johnston believers. Justin Herbert's going to turn him into something.
Okay.
Justin Herbert's going to turn Quentin Johnston into a good receiver.
All right, you can have that. But let's go over to the Week 10 weekly awards. JB, we will start with our highest motor award first. And it goes to Kool-Aid, man, putting up 180 points, man. Look at him with that jumper. You know that jumper, bro. You know that jumper, bro. You look like you go break that shot, man.
We're going to have to get some stuff on footage, man. Take y'all out to a park and show y'all something.
I need to see the tape, man. I keep hearing all these stories. I need to see the tape.
Let's go right now. I'm ready anytime.
This man ready to hoop in 15-degree weather, man. He do not stop But shout out to Kool-Aid for winning the highest motor award. We can move on to the biggest Woozer award, and for the second straight week, JB, man, you took another close loss here, losing by 9 points, man. That is tough, man. JB, any words?
Look, once again, mistakes were made. I don't know what's going on with my team. Like I said, Lamar Jackson is the only bright spot. That's the only person I don't have to worry about on that team. But, damn, come on. We got to at least pick it up. I need to make the playoffs.
Hey, well, you still in the hunt, man, which is good. But we got to move on to our doormat of the week. And for once, it is not Chase, man. It is the other co-doormat in our league. It is Dante151 once again for, I think, the 5th time this year. You are the doormat of the week, only putting up a measly 121 points. Dante, we love you, but your fantasy season is not doing too hot. Not doing too hot. You can explain why in the chat. Nobody will listen. And we can go to our final award, the award near and dear to all of our hearts. And I gotta lie, I can't lie, man. I feel like this guy is very deserving of this award right here. It is Flannel Sam with the Freak Off Award. Hey. The biggest blowout goes to Flannel this week. Hold on, bro. We gonna get into that picture in a second, but Flannel wins by a margin of 35 points. Congratulations, Flannel. You are a freaky ass mofo and a 69 guy, especially evidenced by this picture. Please explain this picture to us.
I was like in my early 20s, man. We all have pictures like that. It's not like
I love it. Flannel too.
Dog, that picture is wild. That is a wild picture.
I love it.
Hair gel on 10. The hair gel was on 10 that day, man.
That guy did not do well with women. I'll just say that. Hey. That guy right there. This guy blew up from that.
Oh, shit, man. And with that, we can roll to our standings, JB, and close this thing out. Let's do a quick run through the standings, man. Of course, your boy still number one. It don't matter if I lose, man. I'm still going to be number one. Chuckle Cheese, we holding it down. I'm number one at 7-3, but I am tied with 2 people for first place. Flannel Sam coming in second, 7-3 as well. Broder following up the rear, pause, with 7-3 as well. And for that 4th spot, Justin has moved into that 4th spot. This seems to be a revolving door every week, but Justin 5-5 on the year, and you see Kool-Aid just outside at 4-5.
I'm 5-5.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You say you 4? You 5-5?
5, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, excuse me. Maybe that was a misprint, but you are also 5-5, tied for that 4th place spot. That is week 10 in the WUW Crew Fantasy League.
Hey, let's go. You know what? Great segment on a little bit of a winning streak. I'm not trying to like bring up any like weird mojo, so I'm just like, okay, just stay quiet about it. I have Chase this week, and at first I want to be like, you know what?
Auto dub.
Maybe that's going to be a dub. No, I'm just saying. I was like, you know what? We respect the opponents. I do not think that you are the Jaguars of our league.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, I'm not gonna throw the first punch.
Over the last 2 weeks, you look like this.
Hey, I'm gonna say, like, I'm not gonna throw the first punch, but if you throw a jab, you better keep those hands up.
I throw them after the dub. We're gonna see where it goes from here. But KG, hey, you had a good couple segments here. Thank you for preparing those, especially to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I got
it. It was dope. And organizing the WUW Crew Fantasy League. It gets our chat family involved, an opportunity to win something too. I have a feeling that we might have some extra merch for some people.
Oh yeah,
that are
we gonna provide a nice package for the winner, man. So Chuckle Cheese is gonna be you, bro. Don't even worry about it.
We'll try and figure out a way that we can show some love to everybody that participated too.
And before we, because there's not a whole lot that needs to be said on this, I don't think. Before we go to break and do what's trending, how about we give our score predictions real quick? Let's go. I'll just start with you, Kool-Aid. Let's just go clockwise. Lions, Jaguars. Who do you got? What's the score?
Goodness gracious. I don't know. 37-9.
Yeah.
Just something under 10 points for the defense.
Fair enough.
I'll just say 37-9.
Sounds good.
No, this is the 1 week where the chat's predictions might actually come true. Yeah. I said the Lions would put up 40 in this game. I'm sticking by that. I got 42-17 forward down the field, man. Let's go.
Chase?
34-10.
Pastor Kavas, yeah.
34-10? Not bad. I'm rolling with you, KG. Give me 42-10 garbage time TD from the Jags.
Okay.
I am going to go 37-7. So pretty much blowouts all around. That's why I said
I did the Jags a favor giving them 17 points.
Yeah, so I was like,
Mac
man.
Jones, man. If it was Trevor Lawrence, I might even give him 20, but it's Mac Jones.
I figured the
30
game. My bad. I figured the
go
game
ahead.
would be out of reach by the fourth quarter. You'll get some of the backups in, and that's where they'll get some garbage time love. So
That's the only reason why, again, that this is going to be 37 and not one of those games where it's 60. But we're going to know they could have put up 60. With the Cowboys, they made sure we're going to touch 40. We're going to touch 50.
Yeah.
But with the Jaguars, there's no need to do that.
And with the Titans, they didn't have a choice because they kept going on 20-yard
It's
touchdown drives.
Special teams, too. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, you want me to just... You kicked it short of the end zone. You got to run it back.
Gotta run it back. Whatever do I do?
Let me read some of these in the chat.
hold on, Steven David in the chat. Was Sam on his way to a Sum 41 concert with that picture?
No, that was a... I honestly just want to like crawl into a hole that I ever looked like that. But you know what? That's what glow-ups are for.
That's what glow-ups are for. Shane Daniel, have we even played a top team? Every week, I was told, especially early in the season, this is new top team X that's coming to knock off the Detroit Lions. Hey, I get it. They're going to have their shots as well against the Bills and the 49ers.
Yeah.
But up to this point, haven't they played undefeated teams?
And Vikings are a playoff team for sure. The Texans are a playoff team. I'm trying to think if I'm missing one obvious. Cowboys are not.
Far from it.
Very far from it. Dante does have a rebuttal
Packers are playoff
from
team.
his fantasy segment. $4.99 super chat from Dante151. At least I have more wins than the Purdue Boilermakers in football. LOL. Also Lions 60, Jags 10. Trash can game.
Damn.
As Sean Payton says, play better.
Man,
just play better.
You want to talk? Purdue is worse than Wayne State right now. I think if Purdue played Wayne State at West Lafayette, Wayne State would win.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Purdue's
No.
awful. Yeah, Purdue's awful.
Greg Allspa, 60-10. Lions, a record game for the Lions. Yeah, I said it.
I can't even clown you for that, though. Would anybody fall off their chair shocked if it was 60-10?
If the special teams has a day like they did before, if the Jaguars are turnover prone, it almost has to be that. And that would be still cutting it short.
Yeah. Chase?
I liked John F. and Lawrence because I'm pretty sure they had something similar last week. Lions 56, Jaguars 9. Defense with 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, a forced fumble, a safety, and a blocked field goal.
Does the defense score a touchdown?
Ooh.
It doesn't say defensive touchdown, but they at least get a safety. So
I like that. I think the defense scores one this week. I'm going to keep saying that every week.
Okay. Yeah. No, for real. Right? No, they did against the Packers. Kirby. Yeah. I actually don't hate that at all. Mac Jones will throw into probably Kirby or Brian Branch.
Especially in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Goodness, you know what? Man, this gets set up to be just one of those fun games. I'm hoping that we're at Hey Social, just lunching down on some Sorokis, laughing, and just having fun. But
speaking of Sorokis,
hey.
great segue there. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a new limited time offer just in time for this football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the games this weekend. Try one of their 7 flavors. Visit their website at Sorokis.com.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
I got to tell you guys about the new Holland Brewing Company watch party, and why? Because it's the best thing in. Well, listen, if you're not at the game, it is the best thing to experience overall. I've enjoyed it. Last year we had these in the studio. You guys said that you wanted to be able to partake with us as well, and now you can live at Hayes Social every single Lions game. We get things kicked off with the big fellas, the heavyweights at the watch party. Other Woodward Sports personalities are there, live in Shelby Township, and then right after that game, we got the post-game show with Stick and Anton, giving you instant analysis, and we make sure that you guys are a part of the show as well. You can call in, or if you're there, we'll make sure we get you guys on the mic and get you on the camera and feature what you have to say about your Detroit Lions. All of this is brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Local Long Drink, 1800 Tequila, Sabbath Coffee. If you're there, we'll make sure that you also get a taste of that Soroki's. And if you can't be there, make sure you're tapped in only on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
And 1800.
Absolutely, 1800 Tequila, the best tequila that there is.
It'll be at Hayes too.
It will be at Hayes. Man, what isn't at Hayes? Official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township, and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila. Proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best taste in tequila. Drink responsibly.
Chuckle Cheese. ESPN reported that we have the strongest strength of schedule left. They reported that at the beginning of this 8-1 start too. Debbie Smooth. What up, the friend?
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. You got the Bills, you got the 49ers, you've got Vikings and Packers again. The
Bears twice.
The Bears twice. How low the Bears are.
You scared of the Bears, Chase?
Well, of course, nobody's scared of the Bears.
Let's be real.
Dumpster fire.
Come on.
I was just getting Chase a little airtime there. What up, though, Chase? How you feeling, brother?
Oh, what up, man? I'm feeling good. It's a Friday, man. You got to feel good on a Friday. We're getting ready to hop into what's trending, which, I mean, almost a lot of people's favorite segment. I'm excited for it. I always look forward to JB getting to cook up a little bit. So,
of course.
You know.
Oh, man, Chase, let's spark our word to this one, JB Smooth.
Let's do it.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
It is JB Smooth.
What's up, chat family? What's up, fellas? Got a little bit of news and information for you guys before we hop into these videos. This Sunday, if you're headed down to Ford Field, you will be honored with a very special gift when you walk in the door. David Montgomery bobbleheads for the first 25,000 people who are in the door at Ford Field. So you get this nice little bobblehead to take home as well with you. And KG, I know there's a big fight coming up, not only this weekend, but tonight as well, too.
That's a fact.
So this news just came across my desk. I just want to talk to him. One Michigan bettor from the Caesar Sportsbook has wagered $1 million on Jake Paul to knock out Mike Tyson tonight.
$1 million?
To knock him out. Not just win, but to knock him out.
Not just win, but to knock him out.
I hate to tell you, you're going to lose that $1 million. If Mike Tyson gets knocked out tonight, this whole shit was fixed. His whole career has been fixed.
I mean, Buster Douglas knocked him out.
Jake Paul is no Buster Douglas. Say what you want about Buster Douglas. Jake Paul is not him.
Yeah,
he got some pop in his back, but he ain't knocking Mike Tyson out. I'm sorry.
The only person who I would say was a for sure fix if they lost would be Floyd.
No, that's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that Michigan bettor, you might have lost some money tonight, but that's just me. Let's get into these videos.
Unless he got an inside track.
Ask, like, can we poll that real quick too as well? Just let you get a chance.
Yeah.
Just are people watching the fight?
I mean, it's on Netflix, isn't it? So if you have a paid Netflix subscription, you are
I've
able.
seen it. Some people in the chat are like, "Why would anyone in Detroit watch this?" So I'm intrigued,
bro. I mean it is what it is. I know boxing ain't what it used to be, but you got to give respect to the Paul brothers, man. They keep keep it entertaining. They giving people fights that they want to see. He's finally fighting somebody a little bit more accomplished than the people that he's been fighting. But I don't see how he wins this. I don't.
They're, Tommy Fury's like an actual boxer, but
He
lost
to Tommy Fury.
They're fighting 8 rounds, only 2-minute rounds.
It is a sanctioned fight. So.
Yeah, but they're fighting also with like 14-ounce gloves instead of 10-ounce gloves. So they're like changing it up a little bit. It's not like a traditional
Jake
fight.
Paul trying to soften that blow. You get hit by one of them Mike Tyson hits, man. You saw he took that smack earlier, man.
Who was it that he fought back in like 2020? Mike Tyson. It was
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
and that was an exhibition fight. And to be honest, he held back against Roy Jones.
Yeah.
He could have destroyed Roy Jones if he wanted to. But I think Tyson got this in the bag, man. That's just me.
Yeah,
he might not knock him out. It'll go to a decision, but he's going to smoke him in this fight.
I don't know. You just lost your money. You just lost $1 million. Whoever that Michigan better is.
Unless he got an inside track. If you betting that much money, you might have an inside track. But who knows?
Gracious.
That's just me. Kool-Aid, I'm going to need you to send this video over to one Mr. Jalen Duran. I'm going to need him to do 3 sets of Gimme D's.
3 sets of Gimme D's? Let me see this.
Pause.
I love this. Dog. Snatching rebounds. You talking about double doubles, man. This man's going to be averaging 20 rebounds again. Let's rock. Everything put back dunks. Everything.
That is crazy.
Please. Three sets of Gimme D's right now.
I wonder what gym that is, man.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I'd
not a bad idea.
I'd rather do lat pull downs.
Anything for hoops.
Don't let that boy slip out your hand, though. It's over. You was smacking weights.
Oh.
Sound the lunk alarm, man.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely.
What kind of rebounder are you?
Don't let it slip out of your hand. Definitely don't let it slip out of your hand. And I gotta ask a question to you guys.
Training now. It's like the more we do this, the more I just want to get back into training.
I get it.
I really do.
See, just hop back into training, like hooping. I know it's like less than 50 degrees outside, but you know what? It's no better way to play basketball.
We're working on a league. I'm telling y'all that, and that's where I'll leave that. And when it comes to fruition, it's going to be beautiful.
Let's start a WUW Crew run club.
I'll do that. I used to run cross country in college.
Hell yeah. If you guys want to do some type of like training or like some type of games or something like that, we could do like a little WUW Crew run club or something like that.
I probably need the fitness. That'll help on my journey.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm running about 4 feet.
At first.
See, look, Flannel not giving up on you.
I like that, man. Hey, we should do that. Let some of the WUW Crew chat family join in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, you know what? Hey, if you want to try and organize some of that, figure out what works best with everyone's schedule.
Yeah.
We'll definitely figure some out.
Hell yeah, that'd be cool.
See, look at that, man. What's trending?
Right.
Just solving the world's problems.
Absolutely.
And shout out L in the chat. Don't ruin this for the people that's actually engaged in the fight, man. Some people want to see this fight, believe it or not. So it is what it is.
That's what it is.
Well, L's, I'm changed.
Yeah, don't do it, Sam. Don't do it,
Sam.
We love everyone in the chat, even some of the criticizers.
His name is very apropos. I'll just say that.
Kyle in the chat said F cardio.
Forget cardio. Cardio. All right. I got another video for you guys. I just want you guys to tell me who's at fault here.
What
the fuck?
If you're the tow truck driver, just keep driving.
It gets better.
Oh, is my man in the driver's seat? Hey, my man trying to drive his shit off the tow truck.
What? It's
Dog.
wild. What in the name of Grand Theft Auto is this?
No, this is really Grand Theft Auto for real.
What are you doing?
Hey, my man got his truck off.
This almost looks like it got to the point where the tow truck driver was just like, you know what? I no longer care right now. It's chaos you want. Chaos will ensue. This is wild.
Yeah, that's wild as hell.
I don't think the tow truck driver was driving. I think the person whose car was being towed tried to hop in the car of the tow truck.
I mean, even as the tow truck driver, you can't continue to drive knowing somebody is trying to drive the truck off the hook, bro. Like, cause look at all the damage you done caused, bro. Like,
this is crazy. Man.
If my car got hit by this, I'm suing the fuck out this tow company.
Absolutely.
Like, if my car was damaged by this bullshit right here, I'm immediately going to court.
100%.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
They're saying the tow truck driver, like you were assuming, it could be the person driving it, could be the actual owner of the truck.
Yeah, I believe the person behind the wheel of the tow truck is the owner of the truck being towed, and they're trying to steal the tow truck to prevent their car from then being towed.
Oh my goodness.
So like,
Hey, even better, I get to sue him and the tow company at the same damn time.
It got to a point
You
where my
damn
man
right.
realized,
Double suits, boy.
It's
Let's
like
go.
that, Ferrano. It's like when keeping it real goes wrong. Somewhere in that, he realized this truck is no good anymore, dog.
No good.
He just left it off the hook.
He ain't know how
and
to
just
operate
keeps-
it.
I got a new truck today.
He ain't know how to operate it.
I wonder what city this is in.
I
big
don't
facts.
know.
I want to know.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, I'm sure we could find out if we like checked out the street signs, if we could read them or something. I'm gonna try to figure this out.
Chase actually gonna try to figure out what city this is
He
in.
is an absolute Chase GPT
Off of the
mode.
street signs, though. That's
Bro,
crazy.
I mean,
bro.
those are
You know how
very
many cities
easy.
got similar street names, bro? There's no way you'll figure that out.
Okay, but look, there's a city bus. Maybe that has an identifier of where we're at and stuff like that. Like,
Chase GPT.
have you guys ever heard of
Chase.
GeoGuessr?
No.
Oh, it's
Only
super
you.
fun. Super fun.
Only you, Chase.
It's this game. It just like shows you a picture. You can kind of like make it as difficult or as easy as you want, but like just it shows you a picture and like you got to try to figure out where it is in the world. And there's people who, like I watched on YouTube. There's some people who are really really good at it.
They can actually
GPT
I know
today.
exactly what that's.
Yeah, they're like
That's crazy.
they'll see like the position of the sun and know what hemisphere they're in, and then like they are like familiar with certain trees are only indigenous to specific regions, and like they'll get
Detective
within like
Chase is
100
on the
kilometers
case.
of.
Mike G asked Chase, "Is this downriver?"
I mean, maybe I don't know.
Gotta
It
screen
could be.
these.
I would expect
Can't
that.
just read. Gotta screen these.
Terrell-
more.
Those
Lamar
buildings
said,
look a
"Look at
little
the
too
license
big
plate."
for downriver.
Yeah.
Man, Detective Chase is on the case right now. I know that for damn sure.
Detective Chase GPT at your services.
And finally, I will end what's trending with this. I'd like to introduce you guys to Phony Hawk.
Come on,
Phony
dog.
Hawk. Oh,
Come on, girl.
Your career's done.
Broken chin.
Your career is done.
Oh.
Yo,
Chase, what did she do wrong, bro?
Your chin was already big as hell. You just busted against the front of this
Man.
car. God damn. I fought the car and the car won.
Ah, dog.
God damn.
Call.
Right. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have did this with a car in front of it, girl. Like, come on now.
I think she was trying to avoid the car. Let's be honest.
Do better. Just do better. That's all I
Whoever's
got.
on the camera is like, I'm not helping you up. Oh my God.
But that's it for what's trending, you guys. Let's hop into some mailbag while we got some time left.
Yeah, we'll do a couple mailbag questions for sure. Definitely get those mailbag questions into the chat family. Let's hear from our friends from Feldman Automotive.
Of course, since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
And welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward mailbag segment presented by the Feldman Automotive Group. And you know, it's interesting when you kind of look at the Detroit Lions, and they're a team who they may have the toughest schedule remaining. But how, and this is kind of my question to you guys, how concerned are you with this the rest of the way? Because I know a lot of us believe this is a team that realistically can go undefeated, even missing Aiden Hutchinson.
They can.
The rest of the way.
Because I was trying to give a pathway for the sake of the game to why they could lose to Buffalo or why they could lose to San Francisco. I'm probably still going to pick the Lions in those games, honestly.
Emil Rule is in the chat. He says, get your ish and get the F out.
You ain't here, Neil. You can't stop us.
Shout out.
He got me looking around now. I'm like, man.
Shout out.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing the show from VMix
Yeah,
today.
he's V-mixing in for
Nickel
the show.
Package Friday.
Right.
Hey, you
Once
know what? Steve-O, baby. Feldman Mailbag. Kool-Aid. The only chance I have to beat Mike Tyson is when I play the video game.
That's a
Mike
fact.
Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah.
LOL. And did you guys see that? The slap that he did to what's the name?
He moved his head on a slap. Now imagine if that's a punch. Like, come on now.
Let's see here.
I'm sorry, man. Mike Tyson all the way. If he lose, we riot, man.
Steve DeYoung, Feldman Mailbag. Who has 2+ INTs this weekend? Sam Darnold, Max Jones, or both?
Who do the Vikings play? I don't think the Vikings have a tough matchup. Mac Jones,
Yeah,
though,
I have to
yes.
look.
Yes.
And this is another one from me. Detroit Pistons are currently in playoff positioning. By All-Star break, will they still be in that same spot? Or high or better? They're in the 10th spot right now.
Yes, they will be in the 8 to 10 spot. That's my prediction. And by the way, Sam Darnold, they play at the Titans, so no, it'll just be Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mike Reed said keep the show going, but Neil Rule has a Feldman mailbag that might contradict. What time is the show over? Shout out to Neil.
We say so.
You see what we do for the people, man?
Oh,
Neil,
yeah.
it's for the people, bro. But it might be a show. Any last questions or words or anything?
No, let's get out of here, man.
Good?
No.
Hey, chat family, I see you. The gaming Drew. He put Pistons. Woo! That's how I'm feeling too, man. Playing positioning if this far through into the season after believing that first 10 was going to be a gauntlet where maybe they win 2 games. Instead, they're shit at 5-8, and they should be probably 8-5 right now.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of supporters are feeling. So I'm interested to see how they fare tonight in a game that they should absolutely win against the Raptors. There's a lot of people out there, including Scotty Barnes, looking forward to the Pistons and just taking advantage of that. Anything on the Red Wings?
The Red Wings, they play Anaheim tonight, I believe, and then tomorrow they play
The LA Kings.
The LA Kings, and then Monday I believe they play San Jose. That's actually not a really tough schedule. I know it's West Coast, but they could definitely 4 points in the next 3. That's what I predict. 4 points in the next 3.
86% of you all believe that this is Tyson's fight to lose against Jake Paul. It's gonna be interesting to see, but hey. Let's get this chest pass. Hey.
Oh, watch out. Turnover. Looking like Cade out there, man. Stop.
Looking like an all-star. I appreciate the compliment. Hey, but you know what? Let's break this thing down. Shout out to our brother Matthew Broder, that dude Justin, the rest of the WUW Crew family out there. And we got, Chase GPT today.
Detective Chase
GPT. What up, though, brother?
What up, man? JB's helping me out. I'm getting closer. Maybe I'll have to wait till Monday to tell you guys where this incident occurred at from what's trending. But we're on the case. I'm determined to figure out where the city block is.
Oh my God.
How close are you right now? Like, where are you narrowing
I mean,
this thing
like,
down to?
we're not super close, but I've narrowed it down to most likely between 3 states.
You is crazy.
Out of the 50.
3 states.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the color of the license plate.
What's the 3 states?
I believe it's Virginia, Ohio.
Crazy.
I think
Monday
New York's
said
still in
wow.
contention. I don't believe it's Alaska, so I'm just
I don't believe it's Alaska.
they have yellow license plates, but just give me some more time. Maybe by the end of the day I can drop it in the chat.
Good job, Chase. We fuck with you, man. This is why we rock with you.
Well, you know what, man? It is time to break down the most elite booth in the show business, man. I'm talking about elite, great, stupendous, miraculous to what these guys do right now. I'm not gonna let phones go down, don't matter. Screen don't go down, don't matter. Need some graphics, JB gonna cook that mug up. I'm talking about honorable, distinguished, dignified, illustrious. You want more? Honorable. You want more?
A little bit.
You want highly regarded.
Oh.
High-minded. I know how to use Google.
I know how to use Google.
My man dug in the dictionary.
Appreciable.
It's a thesaurus. That's what has all the synonyms.
Excuse me, a thesaurus.
Significant and distinguished.
All right, slow down. You're going to run out of words, man. Slow down. Don't hurt yourself.
But I'll save those.
Don't hurt yourself.
Celebrated booth here of extreme and premier eminence. It is in the cyber booth, Detroit's #1 draft pick. That is KG, aka Black Hollywood. Great job today, brother.
Hey, that'll do, Kool-Aid. That'll do. I appreciate y'all, man. My team, man, we did another great week, man. Shout out to y'all. Flannel, glad to have you back, man. We missed you earlier in the week. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We love you, the lovers, the detractors. We love everybody, man. Just come support the WUW Crew, man. Whether you hate us or love us, we gonna entertain you. So
Everybody love everybody.
Shout out to everybody. Have a good weekend. Let's go. Mike Tyson for the win, and probably John Jones, man. But don't sleep on Stipe.
Probably John Jones.
Probably John Jones.
WUW Sports MVP in the Teddy booth. It's a Friday show. That's JB Smooth. What up, though, brother?
Hey, it's been an amazing week. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to you guys as well, too, for getting up this early and doing this every single day of this week as well. I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Hopefully you knock out Jake Paul and, destroy whoever this Michigan bettor is that has placed $1 million on this. And John Jones has got this one in the bag. My man John Jones back fighting, baby.
Hey, let's rock, man. The vet of the squad, vet of the network, Flannel Sam. Hey, you know what? The more things change, the more Flannel Sam stays the same. And those were bars. Those were rhymes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
And my last words, I got to respond to something that old Neil Rule said, to the shock of nobody. I was told by Michigan fans, because Oakland's playing Kansas, that Hunter Dickinson isn't good and they didn't need him, so I'm not worried about him. Well, Neil, you never heard that from me. I know some Michigan fans don't like him. I am a Dick guy for life.
He is. Listen, Hunter Dickinson is not sweet. He's not.
He is sweet.
Not cool.
Yo, then why ain't he in the NBA then?
Well, because you could be a great college player and not be an NBA player.
He will be a great college player, and that's it. He'll never make it to the
And that's fine. And I just love the fact that MSU fans hate him so much.
There is
I love that.
I always thought he was
there,
trash,
man.
but that's just me.
He's Tyler Hansborough 2.0.
A couple
Tyler
years ago.
Hansborough's, well, he's actually not.
In college, yeah.
He's actually not Tyler Hansborough.
I wouldn't be
not
surprised
as
if
good. But yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wound up in some red, white, and blue in the future. We'll talk about that at a later date.
No, don't
Please.
do that.
I don't care if it's the Crews.
Right, he might be playing for the Crew. Shout out the Crews, man.
Oh, he
No, he'll be playing on a cruise ship.
Honestly,
That's what it is.
No, JB. Hunter Dickinson would average 25 and 15 on the Crews. No disrespect to the Crews. No
Yeah, we
disrespect.
saw the little Okafor out there working out there tonight, KG. But look at KG's face. Hey, but like I said, Red Wings correspondent and all sports knower, Flannel Sam. And it's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network, and grateful member of the WUW Crew. Thank you guys for everything you do for us. Hope you have a great day. You guys have already made sure ours have kicked off very, very good. Go Lions. Go you guys, man. Go Woodward Sports. Let's ride.